Okay, so moved these guys out of here. Just got to get in there and tidy that up tomorrow because it is Friday afternoon, and got the weekend ahead of me to do a little bit of tidying up around the loft. So Apache, Storm, they've gone out of here. My main reason was to put them in there is to pair them up. I separated Storm in there and bring in Apache a little bit later, because what I wanted to do was to move Apache over into this loft here, where, you know, this is where our serious breeders go in at the moment. So you know, slowly transitioning the better pairs of mine into this loft, so they've all got their own box. I would ideally like to try and keep each of the cocks in their own boxes, so it just saves time. It's easier to move hens between boxes within reason. I can't just move this hen over to there like straight away, because she'll just always want to go back there, but it's easier with cocks because they will just fight like no tomorrow. So hey you guys, what are you doing? What I did last night, I moved Apache over into here with Storm. It works out well because he had a top box in the other one and was kind of one of the top middles, so I kind of just moved him into a top middle, and his one had a bit of a skylight to it as well, like a faint skylight. So I thought it was going to be super easy to move him across, because it's not a huge change for him. He just gets a really big box now, compared to his other one was reasonably small, and he's sort of strutting around showing off because he is just a character like that. But I think all going well, if you've seen some of the stories and some bits and pieces like that, the shorts, you'll see that he was in the nest bowl and the other one crying and cooing to her. Yeah, mom. No, he's but yeah, I'd say they're pretty much paired up, or they're close to, you know, sealing the deal. You can see the way they're sort of cruising around and getting along really well, which is good. The aim with this pair is to do 1, maybe 2 rounds, but we'll definitely do 1 and just hopefully get 2 babies out of it. And if I think they're pretty good, I might just hold them back and race them in a following year. And if I, you know, do really like them, have that really good gut feeling, then I might just sit one aside of a stock, because this is a really different mix than what we've tried before. Veenstras, they are really super birds, and you know, they've got a really good mix. They've got like the Van Dykes in them, the Koopmans. I think there's a little bit of, well, who knows what else is in them, but there's a lot of that sort of build up on this within them, so they're quite a tough, resilient bird. Oh, here we go. That's why I'm kind of like, I feel like this is going to be a good pairing into Storm, because she's reasonably resilient as well. And that's what I kind of like when I'm looking at one loft birds, and what I've been doing with research is those lines that just can handle any conditions seem to do quite well. And I think he's fallen in love. I think he likes the older hens. So I'm hoping that you know, a bit of maybe Storm and Leo are getting a little bit boring, and that's why she was a bit slow with the eggs and stuff like that, and are kind of just mucking around a bit. So I'm hoping a little bit of freshen up with a nice young fella like Apache over here. We might get a round out quite quickly, and both really healthy babies. Hopefully get 2 fertile eggs. That will be super. So hopefully probably next weekend or late next week, I'll open this up and see if they'll come in now, this box, and then we can take this whole front off there. But you know, I'm definitely enjoying these bigger boxes. These are, I think they're definitely 600 deep. I think they go 600 mil, which is 60 centimeters. I think it's kind of similar up that way, actually. It's higher than it needs to be, but we just couldn't fit, you know, another row in there, so I made them bigger, higher. And 700 or 70, yeah, there's 700 or 750 across there, so 70 centimeters or 75 centimeters. So they are really big, you can see. But going forward, I think I'm going to try and aim for boxes at this size, because it's just really good. You can see enough room for 2 nest bowls, little all sorts of bits and pieces in there, drink bowls, grit. You know, if I want to try and wean the babies out earlier, start getting them on the seed, put the little bowls in there. So pretty happy with it. Speaking about pretty happy, oh yeah, come on, this is what we want. I've been waiting, so today has to be the day, to be honest. She's got to lay. Both these little babies are well, it's Friday today, so hopefully I'll wean them out tomorrow. They're looking pretty close to it. Definitely this big guy. He is going to be a very nice looking pigeon, I think. I think they both will, but he's definitely a bit of a standout. And hopefully give her a little bit of peace and quiet if we can get these babies out this weekend, move them across to somewhere else. We start weaning them out because she can't be too far away from laying an egg, I would say. And you two, get your act together. Let's get a second round out, because I was pleasantly surprised with your baby, so I'd like another round of those, please. 2 if we can do it. I'm just putting the order in, okay? So get me a couple of those. Here's our little babies. They're reasonably messy, these ones, but they are looking reasonably nice. I'm going to have to change our nest bowl out probably tomorrow as well. A little bit of a white flighter. It's going to be interesting to see how these ones turn out. And that'll be the last round with those ones, because we'll bring Rosetta into this box. Same thing, we'll just do a similar setup to this, and we'll bring her in here after a week or 2 of splitting up from the other cockbird, and hopefully things work out pretty well for them, because that next pairing is going to be one I'm really interested in. Everyone else is... Oh, King, what are you doing, big fella? Let's say hello to everyone. He's looking pretty good. He's ready to go for another round of babies. Look at him. Not much is bothering him, I tell you. I thought he would have looked a little bit rougher with those babies, but I think they're starting to eat a lot by themselves now with this little tray here. So I think the parents got a real break over the last week and a half, 2 weeks, because they're starting to slow down. But it's good. It's good. We're getting there slowly. You know, it's been a slow start. Just want to get down here and have a little bit of a look. Mr. Kruger, he is healing up quite well. I ended up with another Kruger cocked, and I was planning to get, because I hoped for 2 pairs, so I ended up with 3 males and 1 female. We will have a look at them shortly, because I've got a little bit of a plan in place, potentially. And oh shit, this is a really nice hen actually. I do like this one, and I'm very happy that she is a layer one, because she's got 2 sisters that one hasn't laid yet, and the other one she laid 1 egg, and that's about it. So she is producing, so she's on her 2nd round. The eggs look really, really good. And they're in the meadow 1 loft race, these babies, so hopefully we get a little bit of excitement out of them. But yeah, doing pretty well. He's definitely bounced back too, so I'm still keeping a close eye on him. I come in here like pretty much every night after dinner anyway, after work, and handle a few birds and just make sure they're all on track. That's how come I picked him up pretty quickly, because he looks like a little bit off. But we sorted him out, so that's good. We need to go and have a look at the other loft now, because there's a few things over there we need to look at. Alright, all you little guys. I might get all them back in that section there, so that we can get the older ones out for a fly, because the weather's quite nice. Can you just go on your little side, please, in your little section? 1 more. Alright, good. There we go. You just can go out after. Let's get these older ones out. Come on. Let's go, let's go. Come on, you two. I know you're not the best. Yeah, come on, you two. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Come on. Hey, that's better. They're doing pretty well. I've still got 2 hens that I don't let out with these just yet, because they hang out all day and really annoy me. But we will get some food in there for them shortly. I'm going to give them a little bit of a spoily treat today. It's a bit more of the breeders mix, but I thought I'll just give them a treat. I'll give everyone a treat. I just made a big bulk mix. And it's like, there's a little bit of poly oil in there, a little bit of garlic oil, and pink mineral powder, a tiny little bit of bio booster as well. And I put some peanut powder on there as well, because I've actually got, it was on special, so I thought I'll get that instead of peanut oil. And we'll give that a bit of a try. Feed that to our stock birds and our little babies as well. And we'll give that to the flying ones as well, a little bit of a treat for a change. So they are the two hens that I am not letting out just yet. I've let them out a few times and they've been that stubborn that they'll stay out overnight. So I'm going to keep them in probably another week and I'll start letting them out. They are beautiful little hens. That one's a daughter of Shock. She's nice too. We haven't raced either of these ones. She's definitely going to get raced this year. I bred her for stock. And I've had a few people ask me about my mix. So we don't have like a super variety of mixes. We're pretty much zero choice. We're going to make it our own or buy like a really boring mix. That's why sort of now I've just done, I have a breeding mix and then just like a flying mix. So I just have two mixes, nothing too crazy at the moment. And then what I'm trying to like head more towards is just add in a few little additives every week, giving them one feed with like, you know, a bit of the oil and a little bit extra pink mineral powder on there. They get that pink mineral powder anyway, but I just use that to help bind and dry out the oils on there as well. So yeah, I know, I'm trying to, I just want to keep it simple. I don't want to go through these crazy feed, like just with work and kids and all that life and video making, it just gets really busy. There's one of my chickens under there picking up anything that spills in that section down there. They do a good job, those chickens. So yeah, I've only got two mixes and I keep it very simple. Otherwise life can just get super crazy and busy. Oh Leo, you are such a good looking pigeon. I just forget sometimes, especially when he's not breeding, he turns into this, just a good looking bird. Look at him. And he has bred us some pretty good birds, surprisingly. So I want to pair him up. I want to give him a little bit of a treat. I want to try a different hen like I have with Storm as well. So, you know, my preference is to keep them together, but we've done a couple for, we've got 3 in the race team. So I thought, you know what, we'll just try something a little bit different. So I'm thinking about putting my Street Fighter hen with him, which she's actually in this section too now. Let's see if we can bring her across. Come on. She's not where she's meant to be. She's getting picked on. I just want to get her somewhere where we've got a good bit of light on her. She's a wild hen, this one. She's looking a bit scruffy too, because she's just wild. But she's one of the Krugers. We've got one of the Street Fighter hens. And I tried to pair her up with one of 83's sons, but just didn't work. So I'm thinking we might even try and pair her up with Leo, because the 83's son, he's a bit young, and we didn't get any eggs out of him. It was paired up for ages, so we may try and pair him up to Leo and see if an older cock is going to do that trick, because she's a really nice, like a very well bred hen. Oh, we've got birds down. Come on. Come on. Come on. Whoop. What are you doing? He's keeping the pigeons in line. He doesn't like them on the ground, which is good. Good boy. Come on. He's just running around in a nappy at the moment. It's a bit warm. Come on. Let's open up this side for them. I've got the food sitting in there. Come on. Let's go. Come on. All right, so that is all by, there's a little mealy hen. She's always the last one lately. Come on, come on. So I'm thinking because Leo is paired up in this box previously, we should be able to get him into this one because it's technically the same. It's the left-hand top. So we should be able to pair him up pretty easily. And I am thinking about, I've got another Kruger cock in here. He's actually in this section. Oh, there he is up there. Well, there's actually 2 in here, but this is the one I'm thinking about pairing up. He's the most eager to pair. And now we've got Little Storm free. I think that we should try and at least get a round out of those 2 to see how it produces, because we haven't really had a chance to get a lot of babies out of these new birds. And he's looking really good now. He's like shine dried up. Oh, there's the other one there too. So this one was the one we thought was a hen, and he turned out to be a cockbird as well. So we've got 2 there. It might just come down to a flip of the coin maybe, because they're very similar way bred. I think they're both kind of on more of the black power side, so we'll see. And I think one of these, actually their father was a dark checker like the black power one, and I've been trying to breed one of them, so maybe we could try that one instead, because I'd love like some dark checkers in here, not like this dark, I'm talking like the real dark. Crazy. You know, they're all well-bred birds, but if I can get a couple of interesting colors as well, that would be nice. Because we could almost, if we could breed another dark checker, we could call it Beefcake number 2. You know, I want to see Beefcake reincarnated in one of these birds, so I think that could be our little chance there. Both these little last rounds from Rosetta have got the rings on them as well. And I got some photos before from the guy that's actually sent me Rosetta and Apache, and I sent him some rings like this. So see, like this, I sent him some current rings, and he's been ringing some birds for me. So if you thought Apache and Rosetta were sensational looking birds, you just wait to see what's going to come next month, I'd say, because yeah, it's going to be interesting. That's why I'm saying I need to sort out some stock birds and stuff like that, because I've got some next year. I'll tell you, next year breeding, it's going to be crazy, because we've got all sorts of nice interesting things to play with and test out. But these are definitely something I'm really interested in. These, I've got a good feeling about these. Not you, because you're just sitting in here getting fed, but these two little ones, oh yeah. Hey. Anyway, I'm going to let you guys go. See you later.